aim of treatment for diabetes is to maintain blood glucose, blood pressure, and lipids as near to normal levels as possible. This, together with a healthy lifestyle, will help to improve well-being and protect against long-term damage to the eyes, kidneys, nerves, heart, and major arteries. Diabetes is best managed through a combination of diet, physical activity, and medication. These are all equally important in promoting healthy outcomes. Eating well with diabetes. Healthy eating. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to eating for everyone with diabetes. But making good food choices and following a healthy diet can help to manage diabetes, whether it's type 1 or type 2. It can also help to maintain a healthy weight and help to reduce the risk of serious complications. Diabetes UK's 10 ways to eat well with diabetes should be the first line of information for people with diabetes. The good food choices outlined in the tips apply to all people with diabetes, but individual goals may differ depending on what type of diabetes someone has. People with diabetes should be referred to a registered dietitian at diagnosis and then have regular reviews for specific advice on their eating habits. Healthy eating. For people with type 1 diabetes, the main priority is to estimate how much carbs per meal and match these with insulin dose. This is known as carb counting. For people with type 2 diabetes who may be overweight, finding a way to lose weight is the priority, as losing excess weight significantly improves diabetes management and may even lead to remission of type 2 diabetes in some people. However, not everyone with type 2 diabetes is overweight, so maintaining their current weight, or in some instances gaining a little more weight, may be the goal. Our top 10 tips for people with diabetes. 1. Choose healthier carbohydrates. All carbs affect blood glucose levels, so it's important to know which foods contain carbohydrates. Choose the healthier foods that contain carbs and be aware of your portion sizes. Here are some healthy sources of carbohydrate. Whole grains like brown rice, buckwheat, and whole oats. Fruit, vegetables, pulses such as chickpeas, beans, and lentils. Dairy like unsweetened yogurt and milk. At the same time, it's also important to cut down on foods low in fiber such as white bread, white rice, and highly processed cereals. You can check food labels when you're looking for foods high in fiber if you're unsure. 2. Eat less salt. Eating lots of salt can increase your risk of high blood pressure, which in turn increases risk of heart diseases and stroke. And when you have diabetes, you're already more at risk of all of these conditions. Try to limit yourself to a maximum of 6 grams, 1 teaspoonful, of salt a day. Lots of pre-packaged foods already contain salt, so remember to check food labels and choose those with less salt. Cooking from scratch will help you keep an eye on how much salt you're eating. You can also get creative and swap out salt for different types of herbs and spices to add that extra flavor. 3. Eat less red and processed meat. If you're cutting down on carbs, you might start to have bigger portions of meat to fill you up. But it's not a good idea to do this with red and processed meat, like ham, bacon, sausages, beef, and lamb. These all have links with heart problems and cancers. Try swapping red and processed meat for these. Pulses such as beans and lentils. Eggs, fish, poultry like chicken and turkey. Unsalted nuts. Beans, peas, and lentils are also very high in fiber and don't affect your blood glucose levels too much. 4. Eat more fruit and veg. We know eating fruit and veg is good for you. It's always a good thing. Aim to eat more at meal times and have them as snacks if you're hungry. This can help you get the vitamins, minerals, and fiber your body needs every day to help keep you healthy. You might be wondering about fruit and if you should avoid it because it's sugary. The answer is no. Whole fruit is good for everyone, and if you have diabetes, it's no different. Fruits do contain sugar, but it's natural sugar. This is different to the added sugar, also known as free sugars, that are in things like chocolate, biscuits, and cakes. Products like fruit juices also count as added sugar, so go for whole fruit instead. This can be fresh, frozen, dried, or tinned, in juice, not in syrup. And it's best to eat it throughout the day instead of one bigger portion in one go. 5. Choose healthier fats. We all need fat in our diet because it gives us energy. But different types of fat affect our health in different ways. Healthier fats are in foods like unsalted nuts, seeds, avocados, oily fish, olive oil, rapeseed oil, and sunflower oil. Some saturated fats can increase the amount of cholesterol in your blood, increasing your risk of heart problems. These are mainly found in animal products and prepared food like bread and processed meat, ghee, butter, lard, biscuits, cakes, pies, and pastries. It's still a good idea to cut down on using oils in general, so try to grill, steam, or bake foods instead. 6. Cut down on added sugar. We know cutting out sugar can be really hard at the beginning, so small practical swaps are a good starting point when you're trying to cut down on excess sugar. Swapping sugary drinks, energy drinks, and fruit juices with water, plain milk, or tea and coffee without sugar can be a good start. 7. Be smart with snacks. If you want a snack, choose yogurts, unsalted nuts, seeds, fruits, and vegetables instead of crisps, chips, biscuits, and chocolates. But watch your portion still, it'll help you keep an eye on your weight. 8. Don't bother with so called diabetic food. To say food is a diabetic food is now against the law. This is because there isn't any evidence that these foods offer you a special benefit over eating healthily. They can also often contain just as much fat and calories as similar products and can still affect your blood glucose level. These foods can also sometimes have a laxative effect. 10. Get your minerals and vitamins from foods. There's no evidence that mineral and vitamin supplements help you manage your diabetes. So, unless you've been told to take something by your healthcare team, like folic acid for pregnancy, you don't need to take supplements. It's better to get your essential nutrients by eating a mixture of different foods. This is because some supplements can affect your medications or make some diabetes complications worse, like kidney disease. Other tips are manage portion sizes. Portion sizes are important to think about whether you have type 1 or type 2. It makes calculating nutritional facts when you're carb counting or managing your weight a lot easier. Remember, portion sizes are different for everyone, so what's right for someone else might not be right for you. People with diabetes should be referred to a dietitian for specific advice about managing their diet. Don't forget to keep moving. Being more physically active goes hand in hand with eating healthier. It can help you manage your diabetes and also reduce your risk of heart problems. This is because physical activity can help to improve blood glucose, as well as improve fitness, prevent excess weight gain, lower blood pressure, and keep the heart healthy. It also improves self-esteem and reduces the symptoms of depression and anxiety. The Chief Medical Officer's recommendations are: adults should be active on a daily basis, minimizing the amount of time spent being sedentary. Working towards a target of at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity, 2.5 hours over the course of a week. People choosing to do vigorous intensity activity should aim for 75 minutes over the course of the week. Include activities that increase muscle strength at least twice a week. Any activity is better than none, and more is better still. People may require support to increase the amount of physical activity they do, especially if they do very little to start out with. People may need help from their healthcare team to find an activity that they will enjoy. To find an activity that is suitable, especially if they have conditions that may restrict their mobility or ability to be active, e.g., angina, osteoporosis, asthma, have had a heart attack, or complications of diabetes like foot or eye problems. To be aware of the risk of hypoglycemia associated with physical activity and the use of certain medications, and how to adjust such medications appropriately. To set targets and keep a physical activity diary to track their progress. To signpost them to local exercise schemes, e.g., exercise on prescription, and walking clubs. Managing weight. Weight is a key factor in the development and management of type 2 diabetes. For people with type 2 diabetes who may be overweight, losing weight should be the primary management strategy, as it really improves diabetes management by helping to lower blood glucose levels and reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, CVD. Overweight individuals should aim for at least 5% weight loss to improve their blood glucose control. There are different ways of approaching weight loss. With substantial weight loss, some people are able to put their type 2 diabetes into remission. Dietary interventions. Various dietary interventions such as low-fat diets, low-carbohydrate diets, Mediterranean diets, very low-calorie diets, and meal replacements have been used to achieve weight loss in people with type 2 diabetes. An individualized approach should be taken. What is the best diet for losing weight? There is no one-size-fits-all dietary approach to losing weight. There are a range of different diets that may be suitable, such as low-fat diets, low-carbohydrate diets, Mediterranean diets, very low-calorie diets, and meal replacements. For successful long-term weight loss, it is important to support people to choose a plan that fits with their life.